Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 16 of the Squadron Shootout Season 2 tournament. This episode, we've got the Glorious Revolution fleet by a Wellner going up against the Ohm Industries Merchant Navy by Ohm is Futile. We've seen every fleet, but this is a losers bracket match. The loser of this match will be going home. They will be eliminated from the tournament. So let's get the shells flying and see which fleet that's... Blah, blah. I can talk, I swear. Which fleet is going home and which one gets to move on? Got missiles streaking out from both sides. Those got really close to hitting those fighter jets, the Morgensters. Oh, they are just agile enough to avoid those hits. And they are fragile little guys who probably wouldn't stand up to getting hit by one of those missiles very well. We got the Hindenburg tactical bombers moving in there, dropping torpedoes, firing their turrets at the Glorious Revolution fleet. Ohm Industries at 99.8% so far. Glorious Revolution 98.3%. Looks like this some of the Morgensters, it looks like, just got shot down by the Ohm Industries AA, and it looked like that Doggerland aircraft carrier. Oh, we've got some Hindenburgs losing their wings, getting shot down, and those things are a big part of the Ohm Industries firepower. This Hindenburg is under heavy fire, has taken quite a bit of damage, it looks like. But is still currently functional. So far, only Morgensters have been shot. Well, Morgensters are the only ones that have been destroyed from the Glorious Revolution, but the flight ship, cargo ship, and the Doggerland escort carrier and the Tromp destroyer have all taken significant damage. Probably due in no small part to those torpedoes from the Hindenburgs. Torpedoes are quite nasty, especially against smaller, lightly armored craft. These Leamington are having, or this one in particular is having issues. It seems to have touched the water. This Hindenburg is down and badly banged up, but still functional. The repair bots are rebuilding that wing, but if it doesn't have a balloon, it's not going to be able to get out of the water to get the jet engines lit again. Oh, that was an AI dead. That was a Leamington getting shot down. Yeah, these Leamington over here are under some heavy fire. Lots of shells, even battleship shells trying to hit these little guys. That'd be a bad day to get hit by one of those. Probably not going to happen at this range, though. Oh, that was really close. I was like, oh man, I just said it's probably not going to happen, and that shell looks like it's going to hit, but then it didn't. Oh wow, this Doggerland is getting just pounded on right now. It is 2 damaged and going to despawn. It got out. It's way away from its escorts. What is it doing? That's not a good position to be in at all. It charged headlong at the enemy fleet and engaged a couple of cruisers and some carriers. This does not seem like the smartest decision, Doggerland. Now the flight ship, cargo ship, is over here doing the same thing. It is probably not going to stand up to this fire very long. getting absolutely exploded. I mean, it is only flak firing at it, but I mean, it's a cargo ship. They aren't exactly known for their armor. It's also getting hit by missiles from the cruisers. And that's pretty much going to be it for the flight ship. Yep, that cargo ship is 2 damaged. Let's go check in on the Glorious Revolution's other, like the other parts of the Glorious Revolution fleet. Mainly that battleship. That battleship is basically the keystone of the Glorious Revolution here. It's at 93.5% HP. Looks like it's had a rear turret detonation. And they're burning through quite a bit of materials. One of the Venture-class cruisers, probably this ship right here, of the Ohm Industries fleet, is pretty banged up. Yeah, it's got a single gun right there. But the missiles are really the things that are a bit deadly on these things, I think. If I'm remembering which ship this is, right? There's so many ships. I could be wrong in that these aren't the cruisers that have a constant stream of missiles coming out of them. It looks like it is though, because this one's doing it over here. I think that one's just 2 damaged. 2 damaged to do the missile things, not 2 damaged as in going to despawn. Because yeah, look at this thing. It's just missile, 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 missile. Why is it driving backwards? Like, why are you backing away from the fight? You should be moving forward. You're gonna get yourself disqualified. Yeah, look at that. It's a 45 seconds of DQ time because it's driving backwards. Maybe the listing is causing it to drive backwards to try and fix it, but it's not getting fixed. Because I mean, that thing's at 100% HP. Why is it acting like that? It's going to get itself disqualified, and that's going to be a huge blow to the Ohm Industries Merchant Navy. There it goes. Because now it's really only the carrier for ants and the fighters that have any firepower left whatsoever, and what the heck is that going to do against the battleship? this Leamington doing loops. Wait, did that just... There was something 2 damaged here for just a moment. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but it's the Rider under heavy fire here, but none of it is particularly strong, but it is only a light cruiser, so it can only take so much. Where is the battleship, the Provincian? It's over here, firing at the other Venture-class cruiser, which seems to have gotten its missile system at least partially working again. And is currently launching missiles at this battleship. But I just, like... With that cruiser badly damaged, all the Hindenburgs down and in the water, and looks like they're getting... Like, things are getting disqualified for being too far away because the battle has migrated away from them. Yeah, those are Hindenburgs. There's another one about to go up right there. Boom. There's not really anything left on the Ohm Industries side that can challenge the Provincian. Like, I mean, these small ships are having issues just dealing with this light cruiser. Yeah, I mean the Raider light cruiser. I mean, it's not. It's got multiple layers of stone, so it's not the lightest armored thing ever, but it's still only a light cruiser, and the Ohm Industries Navy is having trouble dealing with that. What the heck are they going to do against a friggin' battleship? This battleship surviving this late in without any of the heavier weapons of the Ohm Industries fleet available to help take it down basically means Glorious Revolution is probably going to win this. Like, even if the Raider does get destroyed, I think the battleship will count for more than 48% of the Glorious Revolution's HP, and thus won't have, like, they'll still have more HP even if the Raider dies. But I'm not 100% certain on that, so we'll let it ride for now. And this battleship has been shooting at this cruiser for so long, though, and is not doing a terribly large amount of damage. This cruiser is able to tank these hits for a while now. Where are those where is it launching its missiles at? Whoops. Went under the water there for a second. At the Raider light cruiser. I mean, probably a smart move at this point, because the only chance, like, they have to kill off this cruiser, or this light cruiser, if Ohm Industries wants to have any chance whatsoever of making up that HP deficit. And those missiles are one of the better, like, anti-ship systems in the Ohm Industries fleet. Each missile doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but the just constant, steady stream of missile impacts puts out some fairly good, consistent DPS. And the Raider is losing HP, but it's not losing it very quickly. Bet you if that other Venture-class cruiser hadn't driven backwards and gotten itself disqualified, Ohm Industries could easily win this, but right now I still feel like it is very much in favor of Glorious Revolution. Simply because that battleship is not going to lose HP easily. It all comes down to whether that battleship counts for more HP than Ohm Industries has in their fleet. Because I do think that the Raider is going to fall before the battle is over. Well, these missiles are somehow missing? How are these missiles missing the Raider? It might have it could have a missile jammer on it, or a signal jammer thing, which does cause a few meters of dispersion for missiles. Basically makes them less accurate. And if they're trying to target something that's like right on top here, a couple of meters of dispersion can, well, cause this. Otherwise, I don't know how the heck the missiles are missing like this. It's like, pick a new block, attack somewhere else. Oh, the Raider's actually too far. It's about to get disqualified. I didn't notice. Yeah, it got too far away and was disqualified. And all those missiles just change and head for the Provincian. But the carrier for ants over here are under fire from the enemy battleship. And I mean, no ship this size wants to be targeted by a battleship. That just Sounds like a really bad day. Oh, and see, look at that. It's 50.8 versus 50.1% right now. I don't think there's enough time for either side to... Oh, well, no. Ohm Industries is actually going to run out of materials here quite shortly. But this is a really close match. And it's a matter of whether, really, if the Ohm Industries can repair above Glorious Revolution's HP values at this point, because I don't think they're going to be able to make any damage stick to this battleship. They don't have enough DPS. The battleship is going to out-repair them. Oh, but look at that. It's actually 50.9 versus 50.9 right now. 50.8. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Well, no. Oh, Ohm Industries is managing to get its HP up above Glorious Revolution's HP at this point. But they're almost out of materials. And once that happens, will they be able to maintain that lead until the time runs out? Because they're certainly not killing this battleship before the match ends. That is definitely not happening. Ohm Industries now has a 1% HP lead. But again, they're almost out of materials. And there we go, 52.3% is the maximum HP value the Ohm Industries fleet is going to have. It is going to start declining from there as the battleship wails on its opposition. And there's 2.5 minutes left. Is that enough time for this battleship to whittle down its opponents and get that lead back? Or will Ohm Industries Merchant Navy be able to hold on? There, Ohm Industries is losing HP pretty quick. They're just over 1% above. Oh man, this is going to be cutting it close. Yeah, if that one cruiser had not just backed away and gotten itself disqualified, I think Ohm Industries would have won this, but as it stands, Glorious Revolution has grabbed the lead again, just barely. Partially because the missiles from... Oh, is this cruiser going to get itself disqualified too? Because it's way out here. What is this ship doing? Oh, it's just slow, but it's making its way toward the battle. So is this cruiser. It is slowly... It's pretty badly damaged, it seems. I think it might have engine issues. But it is moving towards the battle, launching missiles that can no longer reach the target. They're running out of fuel before they get there. So this round one was an extremely close match, but it does look like it is going to end in favor of the Glorious Revolution, but only just. Part of me kind of wants to just call the match because it's obvious that Glorious Revolution has won at this point, but I also want to see just how close the two fleets are. when it ends, and it's only another 10 seconds at this point, so might as well, right? This is probably going to be one of the closest matches in the entire tournament. 51% on the Glorious Revolution, 48.3% on the Ohm Industries. That is a victory for the Glorious Revolution, but only just. If that other cruiser had not gotten itself disqualified, Ohm Industries would have won that match. Easily. There wouldn't, like, that battleship would have probably been in worse condition, because 2 of those missile cruisers bombarding it might be enough to make it lose HP through its repairs. But regardless, we'll go ahead and get the camera in position, and we're going to get round 2 underway. See if Ohm Industries can step it up, and if that cruiser can keep from getting itself disqualified again. And it was 100% health, too. There was no reason for it to be just backing away like that. It was really weird. This cruiser's launching some direct fire unguided rockets in addition to the missiles. Just tons of missiles going back and forth. Some flak shells detonating over here. The Hindenburgs don't seem particularly vulnerable to flak, though. Or is that HE? That might just be plain HE. Now, HE could potentially do something to these Hindenburgs if it gets close enough. The issue is getting it to detonate close enough. Ooh, those Hindenburgs got really close to running into each other. That would have been disastrous for Ohm Industries if that had happened. Got a swarm of missiles getting launched from the... I think those were from the Leamingtons. Oh, they're at the Morgenster fighters. Ooh, this could be... Nope, it turned. And those missiles also ran out of fuel before they could actually get there. This thing's just kind of stuck doing a banking loop sort of thing. Now it's in the water. These Morgensters are drawing a lot of fire, that's for sure. And for what they are, they're surviving pretty well. Yeah, but that flak will definitely be able to damage the wooden Morgenster's frame. Or the Morgenster's wooden frame, I guess, would be the more proper way to say that. This thing's just literally just flying circles. Being a distraction, causing all kinds of missiles to target it and then miss. Oh, well, that's not something you see every day. It's just a cruiser getting launched through the air. Oh, the Morgensters are all dead all of a sudden. I was just talking about how they were doing well at drawing fire and staying alive, so of course they immediately die. Ooh, the Provincian has some listing issues here. It's had its bow blown completely off. Look at that. There must have been a magazine detonation and/or gun detonation. And the bow of the Provincian has been blown completely off. It is in danger of sinking with that kind of damage. The Doggerland under some heavy fire and is now 2 damaged. I imagine the flight ship over here will attract some attention now. The Provincian really needs to get some, like, it needs to repair. Like, get those repair bots to work, or you are screwed. Well, the bow itself is almost fixed. which is good, but that gun is going to eat up a lot of materials to get it repaired. And the Ohm Industries fleet at nearly full HP. I wonder if the Hindenburgs are dropping torps on the Reiter right here. Or no, this is the Trump. This is the destroyer. I thought that was the light cruiser. Where is the light cruiser? It's over here. With its anti-missile system, with its interceptor missile systems. It's gotten a bit close to the one of the cruisers, though. I don't know if the anti-missile systems will be able to actually handle those missiles. Does not look like it's actually working at this distance now. Which ship is this right here? This is the this is the cargo ship, the flight ship, however you want to pronounce it. Getting banged on. Down to 61%. It's very close to getting a 2 damage to despawn. The Provincian getting that gun detonated and its bow blown off was a huge blow to the Glorious Revolution. And this rear gun looks like it can't even, because it's listing so heavily, this rear gun can't even aim at whatever it's targeting. What is it even targeting? I can't tell. It might be trying to shoot at the, I think it might actually be trying to shoot at these guys, the Leamingtons. Oh, and the flight ship has been despawned. So I imagine that the Reiter will attract a whole bunch of attention now, because it seems like the Ohm Industries fleet starts at the bottom and works its way up as far as ship size goes for its targeting prioritization. And that the Reiter, like, immediately taking hits to the deck where the anti-missile systems are from enemy missiles. Well, no, actually, if it was working from the bottom up, the Trump would be under a lot more fire, wouldn't it? Or you would think it would be, because it's a smaller ship, but it's also located further out from the battle. Is it launching torpedoes at the Hindenburgs in the water? I think it might be. That or it's launching torpedoes at the enemy cruiser. If it's launching torpedoes at all. It may be in a state where the guns are using up all the ammunition, so the missile launcher for the torpedoes can never actually load a missile. Yeah, it's definitely aiming at the Hindenburgs. Oh, there's a airstrike from the Leamingtons, I think. From a Leamington, anyway. Trump is getting awfully far away from the rest of the battle. But this Leamington is coming out here and helpfully preventing it from getting a disqualification. What? That missile. Where is it going? It's like it came out, there's a target right here, and it decided to go whee! Oh. There's a missile loaded in the torpedo tubes. Oh, and there we go. Torpedoes away. But those are awfully... That's a pretty far targets. Let's see if these fish cause any damage. I think they're locked onto the cruiser. Yep, they're going for the cruiser. Oh, because it has a sonar decoy on front of it. So those torpedoes targeted the cruiser and then missed. We've got an 80% sinking vessel over here. It looks like it's one of the Leamingtons. It's taking damage. Provincian has repaired a lot of its weaponry. It looks like it is trying very hard to end this little Leamington. But it looks like that'll be it. That Leamington is gone. So this match is pretty close in terms of HP, but Glorious Revolution is about to run out of materials. And there are still Hindenburgs in play. Though 2 of them are in the water. And will probably get disqualified once the battle migrates away from them. Trump would probably be in trouble if it wasn't for this Leamington just kind of flying over top it. It would definitely be getting some DQ time. But the missile strikes from the enemy cruisers are coming in nice and consistent against the Trump. Well, they were, and then all of the missiles decided to change targets all at once. Which is both kind of cool and weird to see, but... they're all going for the DeRuyter now. DeRuyter taking those hits. DeRuyter is getting awfully far out there, though. I think the only thing keeping him from getting DQ time at this point is this little guy over here, which I think is it's the cargo ship for the Ohm Industries fleet. Is helpfully keeping the enemy from getting disqualified. Oh, yeah, one of the Hindenburgs is too far in getting DQ time, and there it goes. Doesn't even seem like the DeRuyter is even firing anymore. It may not have any more ammunition available. I wonder if that Hindenburg still has torpedoes. Oh, if it does, oh, it does look like it. That looks like a torpedo in the water there. Yep, heading for the Provincian. Which the Provincian does have a tendency to sink a bit, if I'm remembering right. Ooh, the stern of the Provincian is badly beat up, probably from those torpedoes. Oh, and the Derider has become too damaged and going to despawn. Where's the Trump? Where is the Trump at? Way out there with one of the Lemmingtons. Oh man, that's kind of funny. They are way over here, just kind of hanging out. Got a Romeo and Juliet story going on with these two. Star-crossed lovers, just going off doing their own thing, forsaking their fleets. Like, that missile, where is it even going? Oh, now we've got some long-range shells bombarding in on the Trump. Man, what is firing those shells? Because that is seriously far away. It's probably a good thing for the Ohm Industries fleet to be chasing down the Tromp at this point, because if they did engage the Provincian and then sank it, it could end up causing the entire Ohm Industries fleet to despawn. To get disqualified for distance. Like, if they don't, if they aren't moving towards the enemy. But if they're already chasing down the Tromp, then they don't have to worry about that. Oh, something just got disqualified. It was probably a Hindenburg. Yeah, it was one of the Hindenburgs that were in the water got disqualified. Yeah, I think one of the key moments in this battle was when the Provincian got its bow blown off. And this gun, it ended up eating up a ton of materials, but I don't know if it ever got fully repaired. Or at least repaired to functionality. Let's see. Is the Provincian firing at all? It's aiming. Oh, it is firing the smallest shell, the smallest of shells from this gun. What about this gun? Are you firing at all, or are you? Nope, you seem to be disabled. You are offline. So this looks like this battle is a guaranteed win for Ohm Industries at this point, because, well, there are these torpedoes, but they're not even aiming. They're not even trying. I'm not sure if they're disabled or if the enemies are just too far away, so the local weapon control is just like, nah. But they're also not loading with torpedoes. Those missiles are just like, each one is a little bit closer than the last one. Soon the Tromp is going to be in range and taking damage from the enemy cruisers. Oh, the Provincian is at 57%. The only hope that Glorious Revolution has at this point is that the Provincian despawns, and then the Ohm Industries fleet loses a bunch of ships that can't turn around in time, and are moving away from the Tromp, and they get disqualified. That's really the only hope that the Glorious Revolution has. And even then, I don't think it's going to happen, because Ohm Industries would have to lose a lot of ships to make up for that HP deficit. Whoops, accidentally hit left click there. And there we are, the Provincian is 2 damaged. Because I'm pretty sure that Hindenburg is going to have no problems with turning and heading towards the destroyer. I mean, the destroyer is actually taking quite a bit of damage as it is. It might even manage to be destroyed. Well, no, we're going to run out of time. We've only got 30 seconds left in this round. All those missiles just decided they were going to go after the already despawning battleship instead of continuing to hammer on the Tromp. From the depths AI sometimes, folks. And there we go, that's the end of round 2. With Ohm Industries having a rather commanding victory that time. So it's all up to round 3. Whoever wins this one wins the whole thing. Both fleets fighting hard to stay in the tournament. Man, this is going to be a long video. 3 rounds and the first 2 both went to 15 minutes. Oof. Go ahead and get the camera in position and get things started again. This is for all the marbles. Provincian needs to not lose its its entire bow in a massive magazine detonation. Having that happen again would be a disaster for the Glorious Revolution. Tromp launching out some torpedoes. Getting very close to torpedoing its allies, though. Looks like we've got an AI dead. That is a Morgenster fighter from the Glorious Revolution. Has been destroyed. See all kinds of flak detonating around those Morgensters. Looks like this one has been put in the water. Oh, and it is AI dead. This is the last of the Glorious Revolution's Air Force. Oh, and it just hit the water. And it's going to get hit by a bunch of missiles now because it's not dodging them. And it exploded, and it's 2 damaged, and yeah. Oof, Hindenburg taking some heavy hits over here, though. Yeah, it's taken some damage. I don't know if the torpedo bomb bay is still functional. Ooh, and it got hit again. It's awfully high and rising. I don't know how much more space it has. Right now, it is basically just drawing fire because I don't think any of its weapon systems are functional. Most of the Glorious Revolution fleet is looking pretty, pretty much okay as far as HP goes, except for the flight ship here. Not doing the greatest. Down below 80% HP. Oh, because it had its bow blown off. Man, what is it with the Glorious Revolution fleet and having their bows get blown off? Oh, those torpedoes. Torpedoes from the Trump. So close to hitting the friendly battleship. Oh, looks like the Provincian has had a magazine detonation. It's over here firing. Ooh, that was a direct penetrating hit. Went straight through this Hindenburg, and it has been shot out of the sky. But here's the question: do its torpedoes still work? Because if they do, then the Hindenburgs don't really mind just sitting on the top of the water and becoming torpedo turrets. I'm going to guess after that explosion, the answer is no. No, the torpedoes do not still work. Whoops, I kind of bumped my mouse there. So I was adjusting my grip. Then we've got the De Ruyter here, which is looking, yeah, 100% HP. No problems whatsoever right now. Is working on one of these Hindenburgs over here. Leamington just got an 80% in sinking despawn. So it's out. Oh, this Hindenburg is taking some bad hits. Oh, whoa. Whoa, is that the Provincian? Is the Provincian about to sink? I just saw that, and yeah, it is in a bad way. It seems to have lost propulsion. It's halfway capsized. And it's super low. Yeah, it's gaining disqualification time. Oh man. It had better hope it's able to get some repairs and get some buoyancy back. If it can't fix that here in the next 40 seconds, it is going to get despawned. Like, there is almost nothing of the ship left above the surface. And of course, that seems to be where the repair bots are currently working, or in the compartments that are above the water. Because again, from the depths AI. I don't think the Provincian is going to be able to bring itself back. I think it's too late. I think even if it oh, maybe I'm wrong, because that's rising. That rose a lot faster than I thought it would. But then it went back down. Was that like gun recoil or something? We've got a 2 damaged vehicle over here. That is the flight ship being despawned. The Trump over here is pretty badly damaged. There's the Provincian. Yeah, it looks like she's done for, folks. At 99.2% health and sinking. That is a shame. Good night, sweet prince. And with that, I think Glorious Revolution's time in the tournament just ended. Oh man, the Trump is just getting absolutely annihilated. And there it is. That it is 2 damage, leaving only the De Ruyter. And it does still have a gun firing, but it's a little one. It's a little minigun over here. And it's firing anti-missile missiles. We just saw it kill a missile with its interceptor missiles. But, yeah, it's just kind of getting to... Oh, AI dead. Okay. That wasn't how I was expecting things to end, but yeah, with that, the glorious Revolution fleet has been completely destroyed. There is nothing left, and the Ohm Industries fleet claims this victory and will be moving on to the next round in the losers bracket. Oh man, that was an episode. That first round was real close. Then the Ohm Industries pulled off a strong victory in the second round, and then the third round they're like, you know what, we got you all figured out. You're done. You're done. That's it. Go home. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.